everyone, Joe here from ActionX. Welcome to What's on the Tube, ActionX's premiere show where we talk about all things in the world of television, which normally includes episode-by-episode reviews of your currently airing shows, season-by-season reviews of shows that have wrapped up or are pretty much in a very long-term run, or doing these quick impressions where for 20 minutes I'm going to try and convince you why a show I watch or watching is worth your binge or worth your watch, or however you want to describe it. This morning, I keep forgetting it's been a while since I've done one of these. Summer's been very weird for me, as well as we're currently, if you're unaware, if we just did a say of the channel, we're kind of rebranding ActionX into What's in the Tube. Well, the title's still ActionX. We're still keeping it rotation wise, but it's just we're mostly doing What's on the Tube at this current margin. So we haven't hit the whole big August month yet. I think this is the last week before that, so I'm a little bit rusty. It's been a while. A lot of fun stuff has happened between the last episode review I did to this one, so apologies if I'm a little bit stiff in the bone as it may. Anyway, this week we're talking about Attack on Titan. I've watched Attack on Titan 3 times in my life, I believe. The first time was, I want to say 2016, 2017, where normally I saw a lot of shows, because 2016, 2017, I had a lot of free time on my hand, and I was like, if you've already watched my first impressions, well, my quick impressions on Game of Thrones, Westworld, I have had a history of shows being overhyped for me, and then when I went to go see them, I was not very much enthralled in it like everyone else has said that it would be. And I still distinctly remember this was 2012, 2014. I want to say 2012 was 2012, 2013. Around that time zone, we got the first season of Attack on Titan, and my God, my friend group at the time blew the hell up. It was 24, 25 weeks of just nonstop hype, nonstop, just talking about it always, and I just wasn't interested. I really wasn't. It wasn't my cup of tea. I was still a Dragon Ball, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh guy, so I'm like, I didn't really want to delve into that side of things, so I felt more like, okay, you know what, I'll let them have this moment. I'll let them have it. And I never really was one to go in and, hey, I'm going to watch it for them. I never did. And then the whole season 2 wait happened that was 3 years long. Yeah, it was 2016, I remember. That happened. So I think for me, I want to say I got into it pre-season 3, I want to say, because I distinctly remember season 3's trailers when they were coming out, so I'm pretty sure I watched it pre-season 3. And I watched it, and I was so incredibly confused. Because there was just something, like, I will admit, like, at the time, the animation was very impressive, the animation was beautiful as hell, but the story, I was very confused by it in the first go-around. Certain characters kind of looked the same, so I was always confused on differentiating them. And so that was kind of hard for me to keep track of the story. And then I think I want to say I did a second rewatch after season 3 was wrapping up, or I think it was at the halfway mark. I tried it again, and it still didn't work on me. I understood it a little bit better, but then the second half of season 3, I blanked it out like a block in my mind. I really did. I could not remember a single thing. And then this year, I did a 3-pronged anime watch along, which included the ninth rewatch for My Hero Academia for me, the third watch for Attack on Titan, and then for the first time, Food Wars. So I was very busy with anime a few months back, and Attack on Titan took a while because, as much as I wanted to see it again, and this time with a more current me mindset. My Hero obviously took my heart away, and then Food Wars was just very addicting from the start up. So I put Attack on Titan on the side, but then this time around, I really got to appreciate it more, and I really understood the story. Then I got to season 4, part 1, and I'm just like, oh my God, they look, animation stand wise, they did a pretty good job. I'll say that. But I was just like, this is the last season, and this is how it has to look, because they could have waited another year for it. I mean, come on, we already waited 3 years for season 2, so I'm like, couldn't we have just waited an extra year for season 4? Had it been animated by Wit? Come on, I'm just saying. Anyway, so on to what this time around, me rewatching season 1, season 2 again, season 3, part 2, and I very much like this. I really enjoyed the story this time. I understood why people would be really interested in the show and how they really got involved in this. I still don't think it's 100% where I felt the hype level were. I think the only moments in actually I forgot this is quick impression where I cannot spoil anything beyond the first episode. I was about to spoil something. I almost did. I'm a little rusty in my own quick impression. It's been a while. I've been mostly doing first impressions lately, so been a little. I almost slipped up a little bit. So with that being said, let's go through. Let's talk about episode 1 just itself. So this is just spoiling episode 1. Beyond that, you're in the clear. There's still 3.5 seasons for you to watch. So go ahead. So I distinctly want to remember the first episode as being a slow burn. Like from what I remember, and again, I haven't seen episode 1 in like 5 months, give or take. I'm just remembering my overall thoughts on it. I'm not really going to go too much in depth. But setting up the world, setting up the what is the characters fighting for in this specific universe, where there's these really freaking humongous tall humanoid beings that will basically eat you alive with their giant ass teeth. That's the stuff that I'm like, I really wish I don't have a nightmare about this, because it would be freaking scary as hell to like just run away from someone that is taller than you, bigger than you, and faster than you. I don't know how. And then now this could have just been an easy like Walking Dead thing where they didn't have to explain where they came from. It could have been just like, oh, in this specific universe, there just naturally are these gigantic humanoid beings called Titans that just roam the lands. We don't know where they came from. We don't know how they started, but we have to fight them. That's our day-to-day lives, and we don't exactly know where they came from. And that's what I thought of when I first started watching this, because like again, I watched this after season 2 wrapped up, before season 3 came out. So I was still like very much of a novice, and I did not know where the origins were. We did eventually get that in season 3. Well, you will get that in season 3 later on. Like, they didn't have to do that, but that's what I appreciate. Like they decided to take the time to expand the mythos and actually give a concrete reason. Where did this come from? Like, how did they come from? But in this first episode, we just don't know. We just see our title protagonists, Eren, Mitsuka, and Arwen, I believe. Yeah, these obviously it's an anime, so it's like it's always got to be a trio, like Deku, Ochako, and Tenya, Pokemon Ash and Brock Misty. It's always got to be trios, and it's like, of course, it's obviously going to be 3 people that are going to be in the center of all this, and how their worlds completely changed beyond all else. But episode 1, like how do I say this correctly? Episode 1 very much took me. That wasn't the episode that really synced me into it. It took me the whole first season to get me into the show, because as much as there are a lot of shows that like really hooked me in from episode 1 onward, I even said before, like My Hero took me 2 episodes to get into. I don't think I've watched an anime yet that has like completely sunk me in from episode 1 onwards. It just takes that time, because like again, it's adapted from a manga, which is a Japanese comic book. So you really have to be a little bit more patient with this sort of thing. Anime, you get it on a much more like quicker speed than a manga, because they're adapting multiple things at the same time. But in terms of this show, like it definitely took me a while to like get into it. And then of course it's an ensemble piece as well, so you eventually get to see new characters, new cast members. And this is a similar vein to Walking Dead, where it's like this world is kind of like near apocalyptic. Like they have a society, they have functioning, working cities to do, and like even the phrase like for 100 years we've never been we never had seen a Titan. And I'm just like, I would have loved to be one of those people who like just was born during the 100 years and die, because I'm like, I would not even imagine how it would be to like do all that. And then even the way like things, like obviously there's always like this big like mystery to start off the season. Then with the, like, if everyone remembers, like I think episode 1 ends with the humongous 50 foot, no, not 50 foot, like 500 foot, I forgot, it was like the tallest Titan, like the most giant Titan that they've ever seen, like destroy a piece of the wall. And then, also there's a whole wall surrounding all the cities and the entire society to keep them free from the Titans, and that gets broken. It's like, oh my god, everything changes. like the world's coming to an end, and that just catapults everything. It takes time to, like, obviously that's supposed to be like the big cliffhanger moment for you to be invested into, like, seeing the rest of the season, and I do get that. I really understand that. For me, that wasn't the thing, that, because again, this was another stage of being overhyped about something. I feel like by this point, Attack on Titan has been overhyped to death. It is very hard to get into this show without hearing about it. It's been out for now 8 years, more than a decade, manga wise. It's already wrapped up in the manga, so it's just something that you're just gonna have to, like, really go into and hope that it just sinks in the material, and then you don't get, too overexcited. Because that was me. That was definitely me. Like, I definitely should stop getting overhyped with these certain shows, because I really know for the bottom of my heart I'm not going to get into this if someone, like, just really overhypes it for me. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. It sucks, but it doesn't. I mean, of course the solution is, get into it while it's still happening. Like Invincible, I haven't seen Invincible yet. It's been overhyped to death. When I do see Invincible, will I acclaim it to be the best animated series of all time? Maybe yes, probably not, because it's always been overhyped. Because then my expectations are, like, through the roof, and then when I finally get to see it, and then I know what my expectations are, and I get into it, it just doesn't. But even even with all that being said, I still did enjoy Attack on Titan. I really did. I think it took a few rewatches for me to really understand the material and what type of story they're trying to tell. I do understand that, and I get that, and I actually do really like it in the long run. And to Mappa, who's doing the season 4 right now, they're doing a good job. They've got a lot of scrutiny. They're dealing with a lot, because they're dealing with a very expansive fan base who are just really passionate about the material. They just want a banger of a final season, and they got a lot on their coattail. Shout outs to them for doing all this, and they're still delivering. Is it 100% the same transition? Not at all. There's some jumps you will see from when you end 3 and go into 4. It's unavoidable, but I think they're doing the best that they could, and I give them much credit. As the story at the end of the day is what I care about. Because if the story is, like, the animation could be wonky, but you can bring up 7 Deadly Sins or any other anime that's had wonky animation over their run. But if the story is the one that's keeping you going, that's all that matters. And for me, Attack on Titan is definitely succeeding in that department. And I can't wait to see the final season part 2 this winter. I can't wait to see how the story ends, because I know the manga ends. But at the same time, like, whoa, how is it going to be animated? How do we get to that moment? Because I know there's some pretty cool moments coming up, and I can't wait to see it this winter. So for me, I do recommend it. It's interesting. It takes a little bit to get into, but if you're just going in somehow with open expectations or very low expectations, I think you're going to really enjoy your time. And I think you'll still enjoy the ride regardless of your expectation level, whether it is really too high. So, yeah, I would recommend it. I really would. So I would say it's worth the binge. So I would give the Joe thumbs up on it. You can catch Attack on Titan on Hulu and Funimation and Crunchyroll, I believe. I don't think Hulu has season 4 dubbed yet. I don't believe so. It wasn't when I was on it. From what I remember, was it? Yeah, I don't remember. But anyway, you can check them out there legally, and also support the official release physically whenever they do. And yeah. So I think that's going to do it for me today, everyone. So if you're unaware, this has been What's on the Tube from ActionX, doing a quick impressions on Attack on Titan. If you want to see what we're doing normally on What's on the Tube besides our quick impressions, we're normally doing Walker episode reviews each and every Friday mornings after a brand new episode on Thursday nights on the CW, or free the next day on the CW app. Walker is once again on a hiatus. We will be back pretty soon. I don't know if it's next week. I think it's next week. I really don't want to quote it, but I think it is next week. The season finale, then we're going to do the season 1 review, and then the season 2 predictions that comes back in October. So a lot of Walker stuff coming up, but just the hiatuses have been really screwing with my brain. It really has been. We also had been doing High School Musical, the series season 2 episode reviews each and every Saturday mornings after a brand new episode on Fridays on Disney+. That is wrapped up last week. Tomorrow we'll be doing our season 2 review, which I'll be reviewing the entirety of season 2 without any spoilers. And then next week we'll be doing a season 3 predictions video, and that will wrap up our High School Musical content. As well as starting next week, we are beginning our DC Stargirl season 2 episode reviews, which will begin this Wednesday on ActionX this coming Wednesday morning after a brand new episode on Tuesday nights on the CW. So I can't wait to jump back into the world of Stargirl. It's been a long time. Can't wait to get back into it. We have another upcoming new series about heels, which will be starting up the week afterwards, but stay tuned for that. But again, if you're already interested in Attack on Titan, well, I don't think we'll be doing Attack on Titan for a bit. I mean, I like Attack on Titan. It's just not something I'm gonna review like that deeply. But if you care about me on anime stuff, I've done tons of anime reviews so far. On My Hero, Food Wars, Demon Slayer. Go check them out. They're pretty interesting. I like them. Of course, I like my videos. Of course, it is. I'm kind of an idiot for saying that. So, again, if you're unaware, this has been What's in the Tube from ActionX. Please subscribe to ActionX on youtube.com/ActionXvideos if you want to see more of us. Ring that bell for notification when our next What's in the Tube video is live, which is currently each and every Friday and Saturday mornings. Follow us on social media to stay up to date with any sort of updates for the channel, including our brand new Instagram page. And, as well as, please like, favorite, share the video if you have not yet. Doing all that helps get us out there to other people who have yet to discover us as a channel. It also helps us beat up the YouTube algorithm that hates me ever so much, and as well as sharing is always for free here on the internet. So for everyone out there, I hope you're staying safe out there, be good to each other, and until next time we meet, peace out.